Hey, what's up Guardians, TBL here, and we're back with some more Destiny on the PlayStation 4. It is May 18th, and we are one day away from the drop of the House of Wolves. And oh man, it is almost time, Guardian. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys some PvE gameplay here, a little bit different than what we usually do. Going to be taking on and showing off some of the all-new Queen's Wrath bounty targets. And we'll be talking a little bit about what our plans are going to be for House of Wolves Day 1. We have got a lot of stuff to do when that DLC comes out, so let's go ahead and dive on in here. But starting us off, the Queen's Wrath is back once again. This event spawns several very high-level targets in public events across the Earth, the Moon, and Venus thus far. Now, the premise of the event is simple. Take out a specified target who will appear after several waves of enemies. And you can do it using this sweet Scorch Cannon. Now, things start off easy enough. You'll get a note in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen similar to when the Blades of Crota would show up. And when it tells you that the wolves are prowling, a blue skiff will spawn and 2 major level captains will drop out. These guys are Scorch Captains. Taking them out will drop the relic right here, the mighty Scorch Cannon. Now this thing is awesome. It's essentially a rocket launcher that fires a sticky bomb, and after firing it, the longer you hold the trigger, the bigger the sticky bomb's explosion will be. So if you stick that bad boy to a target and then hold that trigger long enough, when you release it, the explosion will be large enough to hit enemies over a wide area. It's a pretty cool trick and it's super effective for cleaning out mobs. Just make sure you don't hold the trigger too long, or else you might miss out on the opportune moment to detonate. Alright, now once the 2 Scorch Captains are taken out and you and your buddies have picked up the Scorch Cannon, you'll get a message saying the wolves are frenzied, and then as you're seeing right here, you are going to get bombarded by wave after wave of angry fallen. It can get pretty hectic. Hopefully you have a couple of buddies there with you to help you through it, because some of these events get really hard. But after 4 or 5 waves of increasingly difficult enemies, the boss will finally spawn. Now some of the bounty targets have specific traits. In particular, the one we're fighting here is an invisible captain, Beltrick the Veiled. Similar to stealth vandals, this captain is cloaked until you start laying damage on him. It's a pretty unique feature, and it's honestly another one of the great things that makes this event fantastic this time around. And anyways, another unique feature about these bounties is that the mob bosses are sometimes very, very strong. A few of the captain bosses have arc shields that literally take huge amounts of damage to drop, so they can be a little bit on the difficult side to solo. But believe you me, the rewards are well worth the effort, because as you can see right here, when you take out one of these mob bosses, you'll get the message saying that a fallen treasure is nearby. You'll also get a timer called an ether key, and you'll have about 1.5 minutes to find that treasure chest. And that chest can contain all kinds of things: planetary materials, glimmer, both special and heavy ammo synth, and both rare and legendary engrams that are guaranteed to decrypt into House of Wolves gear and weapons. You can also get items called treasure keys, which can be used in the Prison of Elders to unlock treasure chests. Now these public bounties are farmable. You can do them as many times as you like. And you can use this as a great way to build up engrams before the House of Wolves goes live tomorrow. In particular, you can actually use the old patrol chest zoning trick to get multiple rewards from the same fallen treasure chest. Basically, after you've beaten a boss, gotten an ether key, and opened the chest once, if you move out of the area to a different zone and come back, you'll be able to loot that same chest again as long as the ether key is still active. So get to looting, Guardians. Then alright, you Guardians, get to doing those Queen's Wrath bounties so you can rock rose gold just like I do. Oh man, my super rare shader is no longer going to be rare by the time Tuesday comes out. Ah well, we knew it couldn't last. But alright, speaking of Tuesday, it's time we talk a little bit about what's going to be going on right after the DLC goes live. Of course, House of Wolves is not going to be available upon the weekly reset at 5 AM Eastern Time. Bungie is actually pushing it out in the early afternoon, which is a little bit of a weird choice in my opinion. But we will be having a ton of stuff to record after it goes live. We are going to start things off with an immediate live stream. Gonna dive straight into things, show off a little bit of the story mode. We're probably going to start that live stream with a mass opening of faction reward packages and Cryptarch packages. We have got all of our reputation levels edged, so we're gonna push those over after the DLC goes live and then open those packages and see if we get a chance at some brand new House of Wolves gear. It should definitely be fun. We're also going to do some engram openings because we have been absolutely stockpiled with them pretty much since the Queen's Wrath event went live. We've picked up a ton of blues and even a couple of legendaries, so hopefully we'll have some good stuff for you guys. and we'll be able to see just what kind of salt the House of Wolves is going to give me. Oh, and speaking of salt, due to the fact that the House of Wolves is coming out Tuesday afternoon, we will actually not be having a weekly Nightfall livestream tomorrow. Bungie has already stated that the Nightfall won't be available until the House of Wolves drops anyway, and we all know it's going to be one of the new story strikes. So, the livestream that we'll have tomorrow will be focused on the story missions, some of the new bounty quests, and of course, salty rewards. And if we've got it unlocked, we'll probably wind up having the Nightfall stream probably sometime Wednesday morning. All depends on exactly how far into this we get. But alright, that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk to you guys about today concerning the House of Wolves, which will be going live tomorrow, Tuesday, May 19th. We are going to have a ton of live streams and a ton of video content coming out for this, and I hope you guys join in for that. Ooh, we've even got new exotic weapon bounties. I can't wait to dive into that. But alright, that's pretty much going to be it for this one, guys. Do stay tuned to the channel where you'll be able to find a ton more Destiny and House of Wolves stuff coming out starting tomorrow. Anyways, it's it for me now, guys. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty, and I'll catch you in the House of Wolves.